good afternoon. This is Doris from Gating Gigs, and today I'd like to talk to you about a side hustle or a gig called Handshake AI. If you can go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. The reason I chose to talk about this count today, or this company today, is because I'm always on the lookout for side hustles and gigs and remote work that I can do from home and do during my own hours, and I never have to go into a regular 9 to 5 job ever again. But in order to do that, you have to actually have a couple of them lined up because if one doesn't have work, you need to have work on another platform just to make sure you can make your minimum quota for yourself for that day. I made my minimum quota for the day $200, and my goal is always to make at least $200 or have it average out for the week where it's $200 a day. So that way I'll never have to go into a regular 9 to 5 job ever again. So recently, the reason I chose to start looking again for other side hustles and gigs is because one of the side hustles that I currently work on is recently going. I don't want to say like I don't want to. I don't know if we want to call it a merger or a restructuring, but basically, I'll read you part of the article. And some of you probably work on that platform. It's called Outlier AI, which is under the Scale AI umbrella. So what happened is Google, one of the largest customers of Scale AI, which the work goes onto the Outlier platform, plans to cut ties with Scale after news that the rival Meta is taking a 49% stake in the AI data labeling startup. So basically, we received an announcement. You'll find this on LinkedIn. I'll put the link to this article down below. It's been on Forbes. There's been a few articles out there about this. Basically, what's happening is there's this new stake into the company, and as a result, Google's pulling out. But there are other companies that are going to still stay with the platform. But until we know everything that's going on, like the work might be different for a little bit. But if you're a contract worker, you can't wait for things to smooth out really because you need a paycheck to get by every day. So for me in particular, I'll still work for the platform. I'll still work for Outlier if I'm given an opportunity, I'll continue to work for them. But at the same time, I need to keep my eyes open just in case. Like you need to always keep your eyes open just in case because the only person that's concerned about you is you. And I hate to say that, but that's the reality of it. You have to look out for you. So in order for you to look out for you, you have to look for other opportunities. So I will not give up on working for Outlier, but I have to look for other opportunities just in case I don't get other opportunities on the platform because right now my current project is paused. But if you read through the article, like I said, I'll put the link down below, you'll see that some of their competitors are mentioned in the article, and one of them is Handshake. And they also mention Label Box on here. So this particular video is mostly about Handshake because I've seen Label Box before. I'll probably do a separate video about them, but I was more concerned about the Handshake one because this is a competitor focusing on building a network of experts and PhDs. Saw a surge of workload from top AI labs that compete with Meta. So, and this is their demand has tripled overnight after the news of this whole 49% takeover. It's not a takeover because they're going to still, Scale AI is still going to have the 51%. So that means they're still in charge of the situation. But since it's kind of like they're with Meta now, since then companies are going to Handshake and other companies to put some of their AI work there. I think it'll eventually settle down because once they see that Outlier is still doing what Outlier does, that Outlier will still get the work. I still see that in the future that there's still a future with Outlier. I don't think they're going away anytime soon. But in the meantime, there's going to be some of us we're still waiting for work. So while we're waiting, we need to figure out what we're going to do. So I, in particular, am just going to look and see what they have out there. So that's why I want to talk about them today. So let's go ahead and get into this. Their website is, I'll have to put the link down below. It's kind of long to say, but it's for handshake.com. But the whole, I don't know, what do you call this? The web address is kind of long. So I'll put the link down below. So if you go to the website, it tells you building the future workforce of the AI economy. And then it tells you a little bit about the company. And then it talks about the AI talent bottleneck. What do we do? How we do it different? And our expert first approach. And they're transparent and competitive pay, expert level tasks, and they're selective evaluate projects from AI labs, and then they have world class training and upskills. So they have a lot of information about the the company on their website. But I was watching, I don't know if it was something on Reddit. I saw it somewhere where it gave me the link to the positions that are open that are not on this particular website. So like when I go here to the career center and like I just do search, like I'm not getting, yeah, like I get some stuff about the work from home, and like, but I'm not seeing the jobs. Like I'm not really seeing the jobs on here. But I saw on another website a link, and I found that link, and that's what I wanted to share with you here today, so you could find those positions and be able to apply for them. So if you look here, you see it still says Handshake AI. That's the same company that's here. It's the same logo. And then look at their open roles. And if you look at their open roles, they have AI researchers, AI tutor positions, and they have data scientists, machine learning, engineer manager. Like they have all these different roles. Some of them are you have to probably be within the location and you have to probably go into the office, but they do have remote roles on here. And me personally, I'm only going to be concerned about the remote roles because that's all I want to do. But they do have some in-house roles for some of these. But the ones that are like if you're in San Francisco, there's a lot of jobs out here. But if you're not in San Francisco, I'm sorry, let me go back up to here. If you're not in San Francisco, why can't I say that name? You'll see that there's some remote positions here, and you could just do remote. It looks like they only have like California, the UK, Germany, and the US for this company, but they have enough positions available out here that it's worth giving it a shot. Like if you're an expert in biology, chemistry, education, electrical engineer, finance, law. They had a generalist role here also as well. Senior machine learning engineer. I could have swore that they had a general one too. Somebody might have already took it. Let me just change this back to here. Yeah, like this is an AI researcher handshake AI, but this one's in house. But they have all these different roles that are available here, and that's kind of the same role title that some of the other AI companies have. I'm going to go ahead and open one of them up for you so you can see. I'll just open the education one so that way you can see it. It looks like it's taking a while to open. But if you look at its AI tutors, specialists, K to 12, this one they are looking for either a PhD in learning. And they have other criteria for this one. And this one pays $40 to $70 an hour. And this one is US based role. But if you look at some of the other ones, like, some of them they do are require advanced degrees on here. But if you have the experience in AI and you've been doing these roles, I would still apply. Like, even if you don't have the minimum degree that they're looking for, because it doesn't hurt to apply. Like the mathematics one. Let's see what that is. It looks like they have a lot of STEM ones on here. Let me see what it says for education. Yeah, so this one doesn't say. Yeah, this one does say a PhD in mathematics or closely related field are completed within the last 10 years. But it does have like all those different criteria. But I would still apply if you have the skill set for it because they're going to test you anyway. They're going to test you anyway, and if you meet the criteria, like for some degrees you really like especially science, not science, but like more like the computer ones. Like there's a lot of people that can do computers that don't necessarily have the degrees. So I would just read the ones that are out here and see what you qualify for. So like a music specialist, I can't imagine why you would need like an advanced degree on this one, but it might be. Oh yeah, and composition, experimental music, music theory are closely related disciplines. But like for this one, like if you have the criteria that's here, I would still apply. Like I mean, I'm not gonna stop myself from applying. I don't have a PhD. I have a master's, but I'm not. I don't have a PhD, so I'm gonna still apply for the one I think that I would qualify for. I'll go ahead and put the link to this company down below, but I wanted to share that they had this special spot where you can find the roles because I couldn't find it on their main page. And that all the articles that I found, not all of them, but most of the articles I found about what's happening with Scale AI and Meta and Scale AI with, is Outliers part of Scale AI. Like this whole thing that's going on right now, they refer to Handshake as one of their rivals and they refer to Label Box. But when you go to the Handshake website, it's like really kind of I found it really hard to find like the jobs on there, and I started searching, and then I found this website, which is part of their website, that shows you the careers that they have open and the positions that they have open. So I'll go ahead and put the links down below if you can go ahead and see what's out there for you, see if you qualify, go ahead and apply. If you don't, you know, what's the harm? You just apply, and if they say no, they say no, you move on. You know what you're worth, and if they don't, that's their loss, not yours. Until next time, have a good night. This is Dolores from Getting Gigs, and I'll probably do a video about Label Box probably in the next couple of days after I apply for this one. And if it's worth applying for, I'll let you know. Thank you. Have a good night.